Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys the latest chapter. Chapter 231 of Akatsuki no Yona, also known as Yona of the Dawn. Yeah, we're a little rusty. We're a little rusty on that monotone Yona of the Dawn. But you know what? I think it's finally time we did a little bit of singing. The last couple of chapters, suffice it to say, have not... Yona has not been going in the direction I fucking wanted at all. Let's just be real. But today I decided, you know what? Instead of reading the chapter, getting upset, and then doing a review, which I have to, right now with the hurricane coming this weekend and stuff like that, I'm sort of short on time. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go into this one blind. I'm going to go into this one blind, and maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. I believe because at the end of the last chapter, we'll be back with Hawk and Yona, so maybe it'll be a little better. But before we get into that, let's just talk for one quick minute about, a lot of people are arguing about my talk about Zeno being a moron or being an idiot or just in regards looking bad because of the information from the previous chapters. A lot of people arguing against that, and I did try to get to all of you and explain myself in the comment sections and stuff like that. But suffice to say right here, I still hold true to that. Nobody has swayed me because everyone is seemingly forgetting, and maybe it didn't come across correctly, but Zeno was at a point, people brought up a lot of points that make sense to the Zeno we know now, and the Zeno that we knew in the first generation of dragons. Not the Zeno who lost everyone, wandered alone, and was suicidal for how many centuries? We're not talking to Zeno in his right mind whatsoever. And as someone who's dealt with a couple of people here and there on different sides of the spectrum of depression and suicide and that kind of stuff, I can honestly tell you, wires aren't connecting, blue to blue, red to red, yellow to yellow in somebody's mind when they're in that state. So a lot of people's argument against why he would never have attempted to hurt the shrine, destroy the shrine, damage the shrine in any way, I felt were lackluster in nature. Do not make valid counter arguments. Just saying. If you still hold to that argument, that's fine. But I just wanted to bring it up that, I'm not buying it. That's not a good enough reason for why he would never have thought, out of all the years he tried to kill himself. And we don't know how many years that are. Could have been decades, could have been centuries, we don't know. But there was a point of time where he was trying everything, but apparently not one of the most obvious choices, So in that regard, just wanted to bring that up because there was a lot of comments about that in the last couple chapter reviews. Anyways, so let's actually get on. This will be a live reaction, and hopefully this will be out on Saturday. I'm hoping. Depends on if I get it done, scheduled, storm coming, yada yada yada. All right, so chapter 231. Hiryu Castle, the source of the dragon's power, is burning up, and now the dragons are Speak of the damn devil, there's Zeno falling. Okay, so Zeno is affected. A lot of people said Zeno wouldn't be affected, and that was another argument that I didn't really like. Anyways, chapter 231, A Burning Dream. Okay, so, I believe this is Zeno. Zeno wakes up. What is going on? I'm falling. Roar. There's a fire beneath him. Okay, so they're feeling the effects of the flames. And there's the 4 dragons with him. So Zeno is he as affected? Could this be the age? I already see the medallion in the lower panel here. Could this be the fact that he's one of the first generation dragons because he's the immortal dragon? So it affects him a lot more heavily than I think people were willing to believe. Just not as bad as these guys. Is it the medallion's protection? I don't know. But okay, so all 4 are in this state. This is bad. If this goes on, White Dragon and the others will fall into the flames too. Make it stop. These guys can't endure it. Help. Someone. Your Majesty. Okay, so boom. So they're falling. He sees the flames and realizes, I'll still be okay. So this is implying something. All right, so this is a fair argument. But once again, they're sort of in a metaphysical realm right now. They're sort of in a dream world. So, I mean, you can take this what you will. But if people want to use this as an argument, that Zeno is saying, these guys won't enter the flames. If I fall into the flames, I'll still be okay. This implies, I guess, you could make the argument now. Nobody could before because this chapter wasn't out. You can make the argument now that Zeno would survive if the shrine is completely destroyed. Zeno will still be alive. Maybe, but it seems like he's not sure what the hell's going on in the first place. So, you know, I don't know if he's the best source of accurate information, but all right. That's probably the manga itself gave me the best argument, not gonna lie. You guys made your cases, but I think this chapter just made the best argument because, you know, Zeno himself, but then again, Zeno's misinformation is a little odd sometimes. So yeah, Mega stopped these guys, so he's praying to the Majesty to help the other dragons, not himself. Of course, he's falling first, and then boom, okay, Yona wakes him up. So Zeno's awake. Alright, so is Zeno gonna be the only dragon awake? Because then I will believe if Zeno's the only one who wakes up in this chapter, and if we don't see that in the following chapters, then sure, maybe destroying the shrine will affect Zeno, but it'll kill the other dragons, you could argue. It'll make Zeno sick, loses immortality maybe. Who knows? But yeah, okay. Let's see. So Zeno wakes up. Miss. I want the little miss. Little miss. Zeno, you came back to your senses. Okay, there's everyone surrounding. The white dragons and the others are. Everyone is here, but they are barely conscious. Droopy eyes. Hey, says Hawk. If you're kicking the bucket, then say something. Don't be absurd. Okay, so they're all awake. Alright. My body feels so heavy. Kija's awake. Alright, so Zeno is, as by the looks of it, Zeno is just about as affected as everybody else by the shrine. So, okay. But everybody's affected. My body feels so heavy. Everything suddenly became pitch black, hot. So they all had the same. So they're all in that metaphysical dream, whatever you want to call it, realm or world, where they can feel the effects, you know, in the fourth dimension, if you will. So, and Hawk said, hot? I dreamed I was engulfed in flames. I had the same dreams as Kija. Me too. It was as if my entire body was burning. Flames. All right. So they feel the effects because the shrine, of course, is currently burning, or the castle is burning, so they're feeling it. They're tied. Their fate is tied to the shrine. Alright. Which, once again, I'm okay. If people thought that I was not okay with the shrine not being part, that was obvious as hell. My fact is that people, for some reason, believe that Zeno is not affected by the shrine. And clearly here we see he's just about as affected. By the looks of it, it's only like 5% better than the other dragons. or maybe he's a little better off. I don't know. But he seemed to be in the same boat. Just you know, that wise old 2,000 years is, you know, helping him out. So, I had it too, said Yona. A dream where Hideo Castle was engulfed in flames. I had this dream before the war started. Zeno seemed shocked. Jae-ha looking on, but even now it's buzzing in my head. Does it mean... And then, Advisor Kisok. Oh, okay, Kisok is there. General Jodo, we're busy right now, so could you... Just now, a signal fire has been launched from Kuto's direction. Huh? All Hawk and Yona shocked. Kisok, is Hideo Castle on fire? Okay, so Kisok is there listening in on this. So it's like, wait a minute. Is what Yona's saying coming true right now? So Kisok's starting to believe, and Jojo's like, huh? No, we don't have the details yet. The guards are saying it seemed like something unusual occurred in Kyoto, but Hideo Castle? What's that about the Hideo Castle? Alright, and there's soo-won. Okay, so they assembled a meeting. So this is a little bit afterwards, right? So they assembled the peeps. We got Hawk, or I don't see Hawk there, but we got Yona, soo-won, Kisok, and the tribe's generals, the 5 generals. Hideo Castle is on fire. Gwentai is up and about. Nice to see. And you say so because Princess Yona and the dragons saw it in their dream. I do not wish for that dream to be true either, says Yona. But it is the fact that something is occurring in Kyoto as we speak. Yeah, well, they've confirmed that, so that's good. That's good. It's going to hold credence to what Yona saw. But I really, once again, I don't like the fact that Yona has the superpower. I don't want her dream. If this is, I don't like it. I don't like. A lot of people pointed out she had like one dream before that, and I'm like, yeah, but this was all early shit, just to set up the manga, and it's never been used for another 200 chapters. So I don't like that. I don't like that all of a sudden, like, she never had a dream about Lily being captured. She never had a dream about fucking Hawk coming to save her and stuff like that. She just had faith, She never had a dream about A, B, and C. She never dreamed about being captured by Kisilk and being forced under Soo-won's rule. She never had any of these dreams. So all of a sudden she's got dreams? I'm just like, wait a minute now. Like, I don't like the ass pull. The dreams are working sometimes where it wasn't established early on. Like it was established, but then, like, forgotten about. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of an ass pull just to get us to. And once again, guys, even in a monthly series, I don't believe foreshadowing is 10 chapters ago. That's not foreshadowing. If you say, oh, this person had a dream within an arc, and then in that arc it happens, that's not foreshadowing. Foreshadowing is when you set up something in book 1 or act 1, and in act 5 it goes down. That's foreshadowing, okay? Foreshadowing is 2 books away, 3 arcs away. It is not 10, 20 chapters after the fact. I'm sorry. Even in a monthly series, that don't count. That does not count as foreshadowing. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm just not a huge fan, but I really hope they address it and they snuff it. Like, where's what's his name? The dude, the priest, Yon's teacher or whatever. I forget his name, but I want him to be like, prophet? No. You have a connection with the dragons, and you are the heirs. So you might have. That might have been the stressful idea. You only had the vision because of the dragon's life. Your life is connected to the dragons in a much more intimate way that goes beyond the physical. So because there was a danger of the dragons being hurt, you had a way to, like, a vision to stop them because you are the reincarnation and you love, and he loved the dragons more than anything, and blah blah blah. I could buy it was a situational only, related to, once again, just how the dragons are related to the shrine, because the shrine was in danger. Yona had the dream because of the shrine, but not because she has any prophecy vision powers of her own. She won't have visions of anything else if it's not related to the lives of the dragons. I would be more okay with that. Like, if it was just solely like a very specific, I'm hoping, but we'll wait and see. Let's see. Soo-won's looking. The possibility of attack is not too far-fetched. Then has South Guy's army invaded Kyoto? Let's see. Gwentai said, indeed, doing so would allow them to seize the heart of the Koka Kingdom or raid Hiryo Castle. Your Majesty, let's go back and send our soldiers to the castle. And Soo-won, aren't you hungry? I mean, I could go for some chicken wings, Soo-won, but, chicken wings always go with beer, but, is that the right question to be asking right now? I want to see where this is going. That is not what I expected. I will admit that right out of the gate. I was not expecting that. Okay, let's go. Jodo says, pardon? How about we treat ourselves to a meal? He's just going on. Please prepare dinner for the soldiers as well and let them rest for today. Oh, is he going to be like, all right, everyone go about your business? I wonder what this is about. Your Majesty, it'll take 2 days at best to travel from here to the castle with an army. Even with haste, the fire will not be extinguished. Yeah. Alright, he's got a point. He's like, yes, there's a fire going on, but there's nothing we can do about it. We're at least 2 days away, and by the time we arrive, we're going to have to trust in the people there. It's unlikely that this is the castle with the large forces, so our opponent should be number in few. We are not conceding yet. However, if we move from here, it's the Earth tribe that'll be invaded. Oh, and Jodo and Gwentai like, no. Yeah, because right now, this is what's supposed to draw them back. If they back off now, they give up the strategic advantage. They give up their position. They give up the border. They give up a lot of things by hurrying back and hoping to attack. Soo-won's being smart about this. He's being very smart. He's like, let's let the soldiers get their energy back. They fought a long day, long hard battles, blah blah blah. Let's focus on the task at hand. There's nothing we can do about constantly looking over our shoulder. Dividing our attention is how you lose a war, right? So let's see. Where are you headed, General Tawo? Oh, the Wind Tribe dude going out? I'm going to go grab a bite and call it a day. Alright, so he's on the same mindset. The castle matter can be left for another time, right? I mean, I suppose. I mean, yeah, like, there's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing they can literally do about it right now. Let's see. What is Taiwan going on about? The Fire Tribe dude, Tai Jun's brother. To just leave and go eat when Koto might be in peril right now? I mean, he seems very concerned about it. Am I the weird one? Isn't that an issue of national importance? I mean, it is, but once again, if you're fighting on the front lines, if you're fighting on the coast of, let's use a country, if you're fighting on the coast of, like, New England or something, or Florida, Boston, Maine, all that area, if you're fighting on the east coast of America, or the west coast, California, right? Like, let's just use the United States. And all of a sudden, somewhere in the middle, I don't know, Washington, D.C. is burning or something like that, right? Do you, while fighting a war on the Pacific coast, do you take everyone out of California to go put out the fire? You know what I mean? Like, see how that doesn't make sense? Let's say you could get there in less than a day from that distance. You know, because we have planes and shit. Now you're leaving the western coast, which you just fought to win back undefended. Or at least not defended as well as it should have been had the fire never happened. You have to trust in the people left stationed there to deal with the situation. You know? So, yeah. Let's see. Water Tribe? Right. If I were the king, that would make me fall into despair. It's both challenging and encouraging to see he's so unfazed. I mean, yeah, because he's thinking logically, tactfully. He's not letting his emotions get the better of him to make a rash decision. It's actually what makes Soo-won a good leader. Let's see. So then the other tribe generals leave. Concerning the matter with Hiryu Castle, we mustn't let it sway the morals of our generals. Please relay that to the tribes. To Jodo, yes. And then as they're alone, Soo-won looks up. What is it? How is your body? Yona. I'm alright. Besides me... Yona says, if this is about Hawk, oh, he wants to ask. He wants to go see him. If this is about Hawk, see, this is the stuff that we're here for. This is what's holding me to this series. Soo-won and Hawk's chapter. The bromance is real. We need our bromance back. We need Hawk and Soo-won to have a fucking real conversation. So if this is about Hawk, he's resting right now and he hasn't completely recovered yet. Yona. Besides Hiryu Castle, have you seen anything else in that dream of yours? Why do you ask? Well, it's just that during that last battle, there were times when it seemed like you sensed the danger coming. Which, that never bothered me. That never bothered me. But straight up visions do. I know, I'm kind of weird about this. It's a weak argument. I just don't like the fact that all of a sudden she's gaining, more. So I wondered if you might have inherited Queen Kashi's power. Well, alright, so they brought it up. Okay, cool. So they brought it up. So far this chapter's not that bad, so I'm not gonna let that ruin it. They're at least calling attention to it. They're saying, do you have Queen Kashi's power? It's been asked straight up. We'll probably not get an answer this chapter. We'll probably talk about it later. Alright. Soo-won, I don't have any special power. Yes, because that's what makes you a good character. You're called to reincarnation. The dragons follow you, yada, yada, yada. But realistically, you are just a girl. A girl who went through a really hard time and fucking have good people around you. And... you're a natural born leader, and your charisma and your caring and stuff, the traits that make a good leader. There's nothing, you weren't inherently born to be special. It's just I liked the character before this. Alright, so here we go. So Hawk's waiting outside the tent. Didn't want to go see Soo-won probably. And looking, Hawk, I told you to sleep. Goes up. I'm worried about Yon. He's clever, but I think he's okay. But, yeah, Yon is fine. All right? No doubt about it. Okay, is she really worried? Is she going to start crying? After all, you came back to us. Huh? Princess? Oh, yeah, she's really worried. Hawk, you know my mother was a shrine maiden. She had this mysterious power of seeing into the future. And the future was exactly as she foretold. You think your dream of the castle might come from this power? I don't know. Besides Hiryu Castle, have you seen anything else? Because I've actually seen something else besides Hiryu Castle. Jae-ha and the others, soo-won and Mei Nian, inside coffins. Oh, fucking no. What's that TikTok song that everybody uses? It's annoying. Oh no. Yeah, that's appropriate here. I'm not going to spend my time trying to find it. There's a hurricane on the way. I just want to get these videos out and scheduled, but... yeah, no. I thought when we came back to Hawk and Yona, things would be better. And they are. But they ain't great. Because... argue my foreshadowing argument before, ladies and gentlemen, and we never saw this shit in a previous chapter. Mei Nian with short hair in a coffin was not in her fucking dream. So there's zero foreshadowing for this. This is plot convenience to add to her dream. Oh my Christ, this is not good. This is not how you tell a story. You don't take a character that hasn't had a vision since chapter 7, all of a sudden... 200 chapters later, 10 years of manga later, you all of a sudden give us another vision. Don't show us the whole vision. Expect us to believe it is a true vision and she inherited her mother's power, and then conveniently tack on that we didn't see the whole dream as the reader. Oh, man. Strangely not seeing Zeno there. But... and people are going to use that against my argument about Zeno not being killed by the shrine and blah, blah, blah. But once again, Zeno doesn't know that. So, I mean, you know, he knew he couldn't die and he kept trying to kill himself. But he somehow knew destroying the shrine wouldn't kill him. Bullshit. So... oh man, this sucks. This is not good. Hawk shocked. I thought it was a mere dream, but Hiryu Castle, just like in my dream. It might have ended up just like my dream. And then she's shaking, she's crying. See, they could have went this with the whole, I'm scared, I don't think I have... they could have easily solved this. Same panels right here. They easily could have solved this by saying, Yona's good, I'm sure of it, I know it. And then she's scared because... she never thought her dream was future vision. And when soo-won just asked her, like, you keep this chapter the exact same, right? And right up to the when she leaves the tent. And then when she right here, she confides in Hawk and says, I've seen, you could even have that stuff in the dream. Even though it's really bad. But you could say, but let's just take that out for a second and say, I never thought of it as a poetic dream, but it happened. It came true. What if, you know, what else could I see? What if I have inherited my mother's power? What if I dream? What if tonight I dream that you're gone or I lose you? Or what if I dream and then you show that same panel with soo-won and Mei Nian and the dragons and everybody in coffins, and you say, just randomly, like, I had that dream many moons ago about them in coffins. I never paid attention to it. It was just a nightmare. But you know, you bring it up as it had nothing to do with that one specific dream, but she's had nightmares before, and now she's scared because soo-won has put it into her head that maybe she has inherited her mother's power. She dreamed about the fire came true, and now she's doubting. She never believed that she would have this power. She never thought she had this power, but now... with soo-won bringing it up, now she's actually concerned, and she's confiding in Hawk here, and she's trembling, and she's scared. She's like, I know Yona's okay because I never dreamed of Yona dying, but I've dreamed of everybody else and blah, blah, blah. And she's psyching herself out. That would be good writing. So you could still keep even the panels the same. You just change the dialogue. I can literally fix this chapter without changing a panel. I just got to change the dialogue around. But no. Let's inherited fucking superpowers to a character that didn't have superpowers, and that was the good draw of her character. Oh my fucking Jesus. So Hawk says it was just a dream. I won't let that happen, which would be the encouraging thing. See, you can even keep this part of the dialogue the same. I literally, I don't know about you guys, but literally rewriting that, knowing I could literally just change the translation to my own headcanon makes this way better. Do you guys agree, by the way? Do you agree that if she had come out of the tent and just been now scared that she does have the power and now is worried about every nightmare she's had in the past 6 months, she's terrified, she's seen them in coffins, she's seen you bring this up, I've had many dreams of the dragons dying, I've had many dreams, soo-won in a coffin, and I've seen Mei-Nian, dead on the floor, like, what do I do, I'm scared, I don't know what's happening, have I inherited my mother's power, I'm scared that, what if my dreams, and what can I do to stop them, my mother could never stop them, blah, 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 and she's working herself up into a tizzy. That would work. That works for her character, it works for the plot. You still have your, is she having visits, is she not? But you then leave the book open for the much better idea that no, she hasn't inherited her mother's power. Which would be far better storytelling. But yeah, I like my headcanon, and I'm just going to forget that this is happening so we can enjoy the rest of the reaction. So, Hawk holds her hands and says, I will never let it come true. Good. That's right, it's still too early to bow down. Right. This is what these hands are always teaching me. Thank you. Good Hawk and Yona moment there. Except for the crap. Right, I can't let that happen. And Zeno was listening behind the tree. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so let's see. Next day, jae-ha, Kija. Okay, so everybody's still sort of down and out, but Zeno seems to be okay. So, and I'm free to admit that. The shrine burning is not affecting Zeno as much as the others, but a lot of things don't affect Zeno as much as the others, you know what I mean? So, that's fair enough. So, it still doesn't prove that destroying the shrine wouldn't kill Zeno, I'm just saying. But yeah, so Yona looking down, Miss, says Zeno, the divine protection of the castle has weakened, but it didn't completely vanish. And remember, they're on the border. It doesn't affect Zeno as much either. They're on the border, and now they're weakened because of the burning, plus Zeno's built a little different, so it's fair. The divine protection of the castle is weakened, but it didn't completely vanish. The mausoleum underground might still be standing. So he's not convinced that it's going to kill them at all. See, once again, he's not convinced that shit kills any of them. Really? They are still wounded from the battle, but they will be fine. Yeah, they were also wounded in the battle, too. Remember that. Like, there's a lot here to unpack. They're also just in a bad way. If we talk only in terms of injuries, this is nothing next to the Misters. That doesn't reassure me at all. Yeah, because Hawk is just built different. Just like Zeno. I'll head out to see if there's any news from the castle. Goes outside. Hawk goes, Hawk, go rest. I want to make use of my time. Please let me stay by your side. The fast horse is still not here. Okay, so we have the fire tribe. It seems like it, sir. Kyoga, that's his name. You're here. You lot in the Sky Tribe are so easygoing. If something were to happen to Hiryu Castle, a symbol of our country, what would you... And it's Yona and Hawk. Princess Yona, so you were here. I wanted to retrieve information about the castle. And Hawk just... Yep, what's up? Yes, I've been studying the castle since the few months I've been a general, so it's like a second home to me. Hey, that pigeon in the sky over there, was that a carrier bird? No, that's an ordinary pigeon. Hey, it's Hawk. So he's just randomly, not interested in the conversation. So you guys came here too? Of course we're here. Squad 35 is in charge of the troop supplies. Oh, right, because he's actually still part of the Sky Tribe. Come on, do your job too, Hawk. Aren't you in our squad? We actually need some hands for the food and stuff. My bad. I'm in charge of supplies and the food. You're in strange company, Thunder Beast. Yeah, the general of the Fire Tribe is like, the Thunder Beast is in charge of food. What the fuck? It's quite funny. Yona, there's a horse coming. And glap, glap, glap. You're right, but this is not a Sky Tribe soldier. A Wind Tribe soldier? Then they're impressively fast. Nah, that ain't a Wind one either, says Hawk. And Dash? Hey you, whoever you are, stop right there. Halt. Any closer to you will be flagged as an intruder. Let me borrow this for a second. Oh, Hawk gonna take on. Let's go. Who is it? Probably Yon. I'm guessing Yon. Hey, you over there. Could you please stop? Don't tell me I didn't warn you. And bang! Oh, it's Val. Wait a minute, it's Val. I was wrong. It's not Yon, it's Val. Ding! Oh, damn. So, an injured Hawk is going toe-to-toe with Val. Let's go. We always got to injure Hawk. It's like Zoro in One Piece. You always got to handicap his ass because he just beat the main bad guys instead of Luffy. He's strong. They're both acknowledging it. And, wait, Yon is there. And, Yon! So Yon's okay, but they managed to flee Hideo Castle. Soo-won said it would take 2 days, so the news didn't arrive until a day ago then. I'm going to guess. I'm glad I found you. Yon, hey, you're all right. And then Val looks pretty beat up too. Are you okay? Your wound is reopening. You went too far with it. Who is that guy, says Hawk. This is Val. He's a former South Kai general. South Kai general? Kyoga heard it. Shit. Main Yen was taken away. I'm heading to South Kai to save her. For the friend he connected with in Koka, he will go to South Kai? And that's the end of the chapter. Okay, so, yeah. Long reaction. It always ends up being that way. I never get an easy, quick, 15-minute reaction for a Yona chapter. But yeah. That's the reaction. Overall, is the chapter good? Yes. Overall, it's not a bad chapter. The Queen Kashi power inheritance bullshit visions. Big no-no from me. I've read well over 200 manga, and I have read hundreds of books and stories, both fictional, non-fictional, and we're going plot convenience, we're going the easy route, and, the quicker, easier route was said back in 1980 by Yoda is the path to the dark side, okay? That was 42 years ago that man fucking Frank Oz told me the quicker, easier path goes to the dark side. Don't do that. So, 42 years ago is when that man spoke his wisdom, and he hasn't been wrong since, as far as I'm concerned, so... Anyways, point of the matter is, yeah, that's not flying for me. Yeah, so that little section really bothered me, but I told you guys how I would like it fixed in my own headcanon. My headcanon's far better. That's my arrogant statement for the day. But I think I'm right. I don't like that at all. I think my way of doing it would have been far better. It leaves it open-ended, and it's so people can still have their debate whether she does have the visions, whether she doesn't, and I can just be in my own headspace and just pretend it doesn't exist. So the story and the character isn't destroyed, because this really hurts Yona's character. I'm not going to get into it right now because this reaction is already over half an hour. But to me, it really diminishes a lot of what made Yona a special main character. Different from what you get in a lot of shoujo and shonen. Even in things like Sailor Moon, she is Sailor Moon. She is superpowered. She is destiny. She is the chosen one. In shoujo and shonen, a lot of the time, the main character has the Harry Potter syndrome. They are the chosen one. They aren't the unlikely hero that has no superpowers other than just being really brave or being willing to go to the end or just standing up for themselves. These are excellent traits, and Yona was learning to do that and stuff like that for the entire series. And it was a great transformation of a character that we met back in Chapter 1, who was bratty and conceited and all this stuff, and hair, nails, clothes, shoes, girly girl. And she turned into this three-dimensional warrior woman who still can cry and laugh and do everything in between, though. And she is a fantastic character that has been really run through the washer dryer too many times, and then hung out to dry and forgotten in a lot of respects. A lot of her dirty laundry is airing. I don't know, this analogy is going nowhere, but my point is that this arc has done zero favors to Yona as a character, and giving her, at this point, acknowledging superpowers inherited out of nowhere, just not doing it for me. So, but outside of that, the chapter's fine. Soo-won had a fun reaction with the "Are you hungry? You want to eat?" And the interactions with Hawk is always good and stuff like that. And I'm glad we're back to the main cast. So there are some positives out of this chapter. But anyways, that's my reaction. I rambled long enough. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, sometimes I do reviews, sometimes I do reactions. It's the day, it's how I'm feeling that hour. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the fourth and most important thing is to drink, but responsibly, as your host with the most always does. And we'll see you guys back here next time for more Yona of the Dawn. Yona of the Dawn. Alright, we'll see you guys back here next time. Bye-bye.